Good afternoon, Starseeds and Lightworkers. Joseph Hennessy. Name of my channel is The Children. Like I said before, I'm looking for Starseeds, Lightworkers, empaths, kind, caring people, Hopi Indian rainbow warriors. Human beings are just sick and tired of the narrative that's beat into our head every day, which is an illusion of slavery. Because I'm going to keep saying this, we live in a slave system. All we do is chase money. But anyway, my video today is about the First Amendment, freedom of speech, again, because we are not truly free. Because I made the video the other day about that YouTube and Facebook doesn't play my videos because I go against the narrative of the mainstream corporation called the Illuminati. I don't believe anything they say. So I made some signs here I want to show everybody. See if everybody can see these. You see these here, these signs I made? The Children, Joseph Hennessy, 1161. That's my YouTube channel. Free the kids. $37 trillion in debt. And who gets to pay that? The children. Which means we are all slaves because we all get to pay that debt back that can't be paid. As they're sending our money all over the world to endless wars to prop up the military industrial complex. Dick Cheney and Halliburton. All the Congress, they're all on the payroll. But anyway, enough of that. So I just wanted to speak about how yesterday I went out to El Camino in San Mateo where I live. I took my signs with me to see if I could get a few like-minded people because I know they're out there. Most people are just not willing or ready to speak up about how they know that we ain't free. Fines, taxes, fees never stop. But anyway, so I set up my one sign yesterday, the YouTube one, saying trying to get a few people to watch. And 40 minutes into my dance session, I knew they were going to show up eventually. The San Mateo police decided to show up, pay me a visit. And it's not the first time that they've done this to me while I've been out dancing. It's happened a few times during the course of the pandemic, where they stop you and they ask you if you're all right. Do you need anything? But the funny thing is they don't ever stop and ask all the homeless people talking to themselves in San Mateo if they're all right when they're laying in the streets and the gutters. But they're worried about me. Right, so the guy gets out of his car and he approaches me, and I didn't get my phone out fast enough to record it, which I wish I would have, because it's very important to document any interaction that you have with those guys. Because they're military, they're not policemen anymore. So he rolls up to me and he asked me if I'm okay, and I said, "Why are you asking me that for?" And I said, "Why are you even here?" Because some person in an apartment complex who lives across the street, because there's no homes around where I'm dancing. So some miserable person looking at me decides that they need to call the police on me. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not screaming at anybody. I'm just dancing and exercising. If somebody's jogging down the street, that's called exercising. How come nobody called the cops on a jogger? It makes no sense. So I go around with him, and he gets around and he says, "Can I see your ID?" And I said, "No." Because unless he can articulate a crime that he suspects me of, he has no business to ask me for an ID. None whatsoever. So he didn't push that issue too far. So I asked him, why would he even ask that question? He says, "You can ask me whatever they like." So they can get you to incriminate yourself by admitting to something that they're fishing for. So you take the Fifth Amendment and you say, "I refuse to answer any questions, the conversation's over." And there's nothing he can do. Because it wasn't breaking any laws. Then he says to me, don't you work out at 24-hour Nautilus? Well, on my sign there it says Joseph Hennessy. If he knows I work out at 24-hour Nautilus, evidently he already knew who I was. So why did he ask me for an ID? That's how the police operate nowadays. Because they don't arrest people who are homeless because they put them in the system. They can't suck money out of them. The whole court system is all about sucking money out of people who don't have any money. Because most of the people stuck in the court systems are people who don't make a lot of money, and they get their licenses taken away, or they don't have insurance, and the court tells them that they can't drive and they can't get to work and they can't make a living. How does that work? Rich people don't go to court because they got plenty of money. Money solves everything. But if you don't have any money, it doesn't solve shit. And this is not the first run-in I've had with the San Mateo Police Department, because, like I stated before, I've had run-ins with them my whole life. But the one run-in that I had with them in 2021 was because of this. Medical device. In the gym. Is this a medical device? So a cop shows up in the gym, and I proceed to start yelling and screaming at that cop because I'm telling him what I think about him, because, like I said before, they don't work for us. They work for bureaucracy. Because I asked that policeman who he worked for, and he said the city of San Mateo. And I said, excuse my French, wrong fucking answer. He worked for the people. So they don't even know who they work for. But they do work for the corporation called the bureaucracy of the world. Revenue generators. That's what they do. When does it end, people? I'm going back out there today. And I hope there's no problem. They just leave me be and let me be free and do my dancing. If there's any problem, my next step is I'll go down to the police department and I'll talk to the watch commander or whoever's down there and tell them, hey, I'm just out to entertain people and have a good time. I'm exercising. It's called dancing. Same thing as running. So start calling the cops on all the joggers and people riding bikes, because what's so strange about what I'm doing? Happy, joyous, and free. And I have plenty of other stories about the San Mateo Police Department. And the last one that happened in 2022, I'll tell you at a later date. Because that is the one that led to my spiritual awakening. They got me to this point. To become the person I am today. Because I'm not the same Joe Hennessy that I was last week, let alone 4 years ago. Like I've stated before, if Joe Hennessy can change and stop looking at people the way I used to and just see everybody as an extension of myself and God, there's no difference between any of us. We're all God's children, and we've been divided by our skin color and our skin tone and the things that we do and our ethnicity and religions. And it's all done on purpose. I'm not going to be stopped. I'll get my message across one way or another. Dancing. I'm not going to scream anymore because that was effective, but that's not who I am anymore. Be calm, cool, and collective. Be rational. One of the things I've learned on this journey is in the 3D, my first 3 reactions to an adverse situation is generally not the right reaction that I should have. So I made this video twice yesterday and I deleted both of them because I had to think and let it sit in about what was going on, because I was angry and I wanted to yell and scream. But kinder, gentler message seems to work a little bit better. Get more bees with honey than throwing rocks. So with that, keep on dancing, world. Vibe high. We're going to the 5th dimension. God bless.